All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. The name of the video is We're Tired of Ghetto and Toxic Criminal Culture. This is not okay. This is coming from the channel Aquarius Wave. Let's check it out. Let's see where this takes us, guys.
I know I'm speaking for a lot of us when I say that we are tired of the criminal culture. We are tired of the glorification of criminality. We're done with the dysfunction. We're done with the toxicity. We're done with the negativity. Period. We're not going to stand for it anymore. We're not going to vouch for it. We're not going to coddle it. You know, it's okay. They had a hard life. They've been through it. I don't give a damn what you've been through. If you are a criminal, that is based upon your own lack of integrity and morality. I have seen folks who are destitute, poorer than poor. You understand me? Right. I was born in a third world country in Zimbabwe. There were folks who are roaming around, have not had any sort of real income.
And let me guess, and they still had their morals, like moral set. They still were moderately honorable. They were not going out here trying to pilfer things from other people. Let me forecast.
For 10, 15 years, and yet they do not degenerate to criminality. I've seen folks in these United States who live in the most destitute. You know, you got the hillbilly bumpkins out here.
Appalachia.
But yet you feel safer here than you would in a city in the middle of the Bay Area where I spent 18 years. How does that make sense? You're in a place that is surrounded by wealth, and yet you have people who are addicted to this criminal element. And, you know, there's this new little statement I threw out today. I said, it's incredible how sanctuary cities, quote unquote, sanctuary cities within the United States are safe for everybody besides the law-abiding citizens. How does that make sense to y'all? Sanctuary cities are safe for everybody besides the law-abiding citizens. They're safe for the illegal immigrant who's willing to commit crime. They're safe for the person who is a resident or who is a citizen who is committing crime. That's who it's safe for. You get a slap on the wrist, you know, a pat on the behind,
right,
and you get to roam the streets and go burn people. That's what you get to do.
Oh!
It's and I don't mean that as in the like as in
I get it.
Figure of speech. I mean that literally.
Literally, yeah.
Right? What happened in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going off on Daniel Penny. Oh, he's a racist. That white man, if only it's a black. And now they're begging for a Daniel Penny in all of them damn subways. Because what happened? Y'all got me going already.
Please keep going. Listen, bro. I definitely appreciate you sending this video to me. I'm sure we're going to have a pretty long and lengthy conversation throughout.
I got my damn self going. I'm putting on y'all.
Nah, you're good, bro.
We are tired. We are tired. We are tired. The criminality has to be held accountable. The criminals have to be held accountable. The entire concept of decriminalizing crime has to be put under a microscope. We have to look at the reality that there are individuals who are benefiting off of the system. There are mayors, there are governors who are
for-profit prisons
are benefiting off of crime being rampant. For example, California. I grew up in Cali, 18 years in California thus far.
Sorry to hear that.
In the Bay Area more specifically. So I got to
even sorrier to hear that.
To see the fine work of a guy like Gavin Newsom, who made promises to clean up the streets only for the streets to get worse. Who had $23 billion of taxpayer money, not just Cali, by the way. Federal money came in as well to help with the homelessness problem that was not an issue around 2014-15. All of a sudden, he comes in 2016 as a mayor of San Francisco, I believe, and then after 2018 as a governor, all of a sudden we have the highest homelessness. $23 million or $23 billion with a capital B.
Did you just throw up a gang sign? Let me see that.
Or $23 billion with a capital B.
I think you threw up. Bro, are you throwing up gang signs in this video, bro?
And we have more of the same problem that you're supposed to be fixing. We have more criminality than we've ever had. How does that make sense? Yes, there were poor people. There were already those who were poor, who were under the threshold of quote unquote poverty in American standards. But it didn't mean that crime was rampant. But then all of a sudden you drop the restrictions on what makes for a criminal. You give a slap on the wrist for individuals who take less than $1,000 worth of merchandise. So people run around rampant. They're wiping stores out. You got mom and pop places who need every single dime to stay open. and they're having $200,000 worth of merchandise stolen, and they have to write into their financials to make sure that they make up for the criminality. That's how far gone we are, and we do all of this in the name of social justice.
Let them cook.
It pisses me off just to say some of these things because the way we sugarcoat language, social justice, and quote unquote political correctness. Really, it's white guilt if we want to look at the white folk, right? It's the white liberals' white guilt that allows for them to say, you know what? I don't want little Taekwon to go to jail, even if little Taekwon is a menace to society.
Bro, why does his name have to be Taekwon?
But now they're feeling the weight of it. Now they're feeling the burn. Because guess what? Now little Taekwon is in their neighborhood, and he's robbing their stores. This is real life. Now, thankfully, 70% plus of Californians voted to flip the bill. But the fact that we have the bill in the first place shows you the flaw in our thinking. We're so soft on this mentality. And in the household, it's the same thing. You got mamas who will egg their kids on. You got grandmamas, aunties who back in the day, they would have nipped that in the bud. But now they part of the damn crime. They selling the dope with the kids.
And scamming.
They stealing with the kids. There was a video I saw recently. This lady, she was with her daughter. They both getting arrested together. The daughter doo-dooed her pants. This is a real story. I'm not capping. She doo-dooed her pants right there. It was over for her. That was her viral moment. That was her little 15 minutes of doo-doo fame. But in that situation, you have a mother and a daughter. A grown mother and a daughter stealing together. That's the psychology. That's the mentality that people accept when you tolerate this type of behavior. You go back in the black community in the 1920s, in the heat and the midst of Jim Crow, when the Democratic demons were suppressing black folk as much as they could, wishing for slavery to come back. You had a zero tolerance policy within those neighborhoods when it came to crime. You didn't need police. Police weren't about to come down there. You didn't need police to come down there. You would have fathers,
the neighborhood
uncles,
would fix it.
Brothers who would check them little criminals, them little slick hand kids.
Right.
Steal a little something.
Immediately.
It ain't going to be no slap on the wrist. I tell you that. It's going to be a public shaming. Everybody's going to know.
Hey, we can't public shame anymore. It hurts people's feelings. Let's start worrying about that weakness.
Everybody's going to know. And you are a problem. Whereas now you have the law-abiding citizens afraid to even say anything. Quote unquote, no snitching policy, no snitching man, to hell with that.
I'm a snitch. I'm just going to be completely honest. Bro, if I see you do something nefarious on my street, I'm calling the police. I promise you. Right? I have no problem at all. I have done it numerous times. Listen, I have seen people make unnecessary amount of noise on my street, okay? I'm sorry. All right. I don't know who you are. You're a brand new vehicle in my neighborhood. I don't trust you. Okay. So how about this? Let's call the police and we'll sort it out. All right. That's how that works, bro. Listen, the concept of no snitching only really benefits, for prison profits, basically. That's it. Prisons, apologies, guys. Right? There is no value in keeping a criminal off of the streets. Right? Because sooner or later, something's going to happen to you, or it's going to happen to someone else, and then who benefits from it? The prisons. At the end of the day, guys. Right? And so I was like, listen, bro, you want to fix the problems. Well, not just the prisons, and the hospitals and things like that, because you're keeping the absolute, nefarious individuals outside of the law, let's say. Throw them in jail. It's completely fine. I don't care who it is, son, uncle, cousin, doesn't matter, bro.
Snitch, 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 tell. Somebody said in the comments of one of my last videos, they said, it's only snitching if you are part of the crime. If you're not a part of the crime, or you're not a criminal, then how can it be snitching?
What?
That's bringing justice to a situation. We are tired of the criminality because it makes it so much harder for individuals who look like you and I. It makes it so much more difficult for no damn reason. Oh, profiling. We profile. Let's be real right now,
Okay,
folks.
go ahead.
Let's be real. You and I profile as much as any white folks. We look to see who's this Bernie Mac. Yo, some of my.
Oh, listen. Absolutely. I promise you, the minute I see dreads in someone's, I can't say that out loud. Listen, I want you to understand something, okay? In fact, all right, if you look like you could potentially be an extra in a hip hop music video, all right, of any year, let's say, I'm probably gonna stereotype you. I should have said that. You're gonna clip this, aren't you? It's all good, guys. Life is life here. All right. I try not to, but like I'm telling you, if you look like what I in my head think is a nefarious individual, if I see the boxers, let's say, underneath your pants, I'm stereotyping you immediately. I promise you. I promise you, bro. I'm looking at you awkwardly. Okay. But either way.
Who is this? Okay, they got this on, they got that. Okay, wait a minute. I see the look on him. I see, oh, that looks a little suspect. Let me go the other way. Wait a minute. No, that looks a little off. Let me go. We do it as much as anybody else because we understand that the poo shiesties of the world are a problem.
Specifically that right there. If you have your face covered in any drastic manner, okay, I'm stereotyping you.
And we want nothing to do with them.
Nope.
And so I am speaking for me, but I know I am speaking for so many more people out there. Black, white, red, all around. We're not going to accept the criminal element. We're not going to.
Who's red?
It's going to be zero tolerance. And thank God Almighty for sparing that man DJT right there, sparing his life so he can come and do the job that is necessary. Stepping in with his pit bull known as Tom Homan to get them folks who ain't supposed to be here on the other side of that damn border. They can commit them crimes on the other side, and then we can deal with the ones who from here. Here we go. Bring those back. Bring those shackles back. You know, people trying to tell me, oh, you voted for Trump. Well, you know he's going to bring back slavery. I said, man, you know what? If you're a criminal, to hell with it. Bring it back for them.
It kind of already is back for them. It's never going away for them, in a sense. Once you become a ward of a state, you basically become that. So, well, all right.
Bring it back for the criminals. If it's incarceration, yes, please. More of that, please. Right. That's what we voted for. We voted for safer environments, for safer cities, for safer neighborhoods. We're not willing to put up with it anymore. And when you vote blue, you don't know what to do. This is what you get. I've heard that so many times. To say, well, you voted this way, so you get what you vote for. And there's no greater truth than that. You get exactly what you vote for. You vote exactly blue, you won't know what the hell to do. You will find...
You're going to hear a whole lot of nonsense you don't fully agree with, right? But you have to because they make you feel bad. Because if you don't agree with our overall, moral superiority, then you're a bad guy.
Put yourself in a situation that has no clear resolution because you're living in anarchy. New York has not just turned into Gotham City, but it has turned into Arkham Asylum because of this ideology or this mentality. And we're so afraid to call it out. We can't keep it accountable. Oh, stop. You need to stop talking about black folk. Look, if you are stealing, if you are committing crimes, heinous crimes, you out here stabbing folk, unaliving folk, I will never stop talking about you.
And I'm going to be honest here. Is it only exclusively black Americans doing these things? No, absolutely not, bro. Right? I blatantly will talk about all of the cultures that are toxic within the United States of America. Personally, that's on me though, right? Not him, not saying him. I have no idea. I don't know who he is, but let's make him governor of California. I think I like that. I would agree with that. I would.
I will never stop calling you out. If that's you, I will never stop.
Never.
Because if you're not a criminal, if you're not out in these streets causing havoc, if you're not hoeing out here, if you're not doing these things, you living righteously, then this ain't your conversation. This ain't about you. This has to do with the people who are on the side of dysfunction. That's who this is about. And so if that description matches, then so be it. If that really is you, then you got to be dealt with accordingly. And sometimes it's just your own behaviors that you have to face up to, right? You want to be out in these streets and slanging the thing and whatever it is, and you catch something and that's on you. That is a personal decision that you made, and there ain't no white supremacy that forced you into making them stupid decisions. There is not enough white supremacy in the world to stop you or to egg you on to making a decision that you are going to make regardless, because you have no discernment, because you have no morality, you have no integrity, you stand for nothing, you're dishonest, you're a liar, you're a cheat. If that's what you are, that's on you,
Whoa.
and you need to correct those issues, my friend. You want to prosper in life, you want to do something different in your life, you got to make different decisions in your life. Simple as that. Oh, but they're stealing because they need it. They hungry. If you're that hungry, food banks are everywhere. Food banks are everywhere. In the United States, food banks are everywhere. If you're really that hungry, go ahead, go to a food bank.
I'll agree with that.
There are too many places that you can eat. Nah, it ain't
to a
about
certain
that.
extent.
Oh, you need to steal the Louis Vuitton belt because you're hungry. Get the hell out of here. Oh, right. No, yeah, I need the Hermes bag is actually for, no, you're trying to finesse. You're trying to steal it so you can flex on some damn body in the hood, in your section.
That does not care.
Section 8 housing or whatever it is. You're trying to flex on somebody. You're trying to flex your little damn Louis belt. Or maybe you're going to sell it. Maybe get you $500, $1,000. What you going to do with that money? Waste it. Waste it.
Completely wasted.
At least the doughboys back in the day, they might tuck away money and then flip it into legal. I'm not an advocate of it, even though I may have my own history. I'm not an advocate of that. But I'm saying at least they had enough sense and enough decency to take that little something and then, make it a little more something and then put it in something, wash it, make it legal, flip right. But y'all hustling backwards. So y'all are taking the clean money, putting it into dirty money. What type of sense does that make? That's a mentality of a criminal. Again, I'm telling you, it's all about belief systems. It's all about the mindset. This is all mental. You view yourself in a certain way. And to be honest, most people who live this way in a ratchet life, they don't have any real level of security, like inner security. They don't have a level of self-esteem. They may not believe in themselves. And so they degenerate to the very worst behaviors. They associate themselves with the very worst of kin, very worst of peoples. And that's all they can relate to. They can't relate to success. They can't relate to thriving. They can't relate to being healthy. But that's a personal thing. Like, I can't sit here and babysit you for it. It's not going to do you any help. I'm here to be for the one who are looking to do right, not the ones who are trying to pull everybody else into their madness.
Crabs in a barrel.
Absolutely not. We are tired. We're done. We're over it. And we're calling it out. Period. All 2025, I'm going to be on their necks.
Okay, guys. All right. I mean, listen, I have no problem with people just being honest with themselves and honest with what they're seeing kind of around them. I like that, actually, guys. I've kind of been preaching that for the longest now, guys. I mean, I definitely would say, if you don't agree with something, say something, point it out. Because most likely there are going to be other people that also kind of feel the same way, kind of create a community of people who are going to call this nonsense out. All right. Who am I? I'm just some random guy on the internet. Okay. But if you get enough of you guys together, maybe something will happen. But something tells me that I'm not sure that that's even going to be plausible. We do have elements within all skin tones, let's say. People are just going to end up being people. I'm not going to go ahead and say that this is specifically going to be like a Black American thing, but there's a criminal element that definitely floats around the United States of America, and all of that just needs to be completely wiped away, bro. We don't need it anymore. All right? We don't need it. If we're going to move forward, build a healthy society, we in fact need to get rid of all of these debaucherous individuals. Start with some of the music, let's say, right? There are some genres that are more toxic than others, let's say. Some genres of music that tend to promote the terrible more so than others. Let's start working on these things, all right? Please. But all right, listen, guys. Again, the name of the channel is Aquarius Wave. And you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Oh, also, Mr. L. Boyd Discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.